while we wait for Andrew Gay to show up, I thought I'd put some nice music on. We're throwing Katy Kappel out. Bird City Lady. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Peterson Health Digital Studio at Pine Plow Brewing Company. I'm Louis Amestoy. It is a beautiful Friday. There's a storm coming. Everyone's freaking out. I guess we're going to close the schools on Tuesday.
Don't put that out there.
Well,
no one's freaking out. I'm calm.
Everyone's freaking out already. Everyone's like,
I do not freak out. I know, but when you say there's a storm coming and we're all freaking out.
I'm freaking out.
Oh, okay. See, that's better.
Somebody told me the other day that they were listening to Carrie Burgess. Oh,
yeah?
Yes, you got to turn your
Dalton
monitor.
likes to see himself.
Yes. Let me see here. Is your TV on?
You just got it. It's booting up.
All right.
Feel World.
Feel World.
I got to know where he's putting the cameras.
That's right.
Yes.
No, I adjust my face to hide my double chin a lot.
There's a lighting technique to fix that double chin issue.
Could you work on that for me?
I just watched the video on how to do it.
Okay.
And
Okay,
I'm
good.
going to try to institute it as soon as possible.
All right. People have been listening to Carrie Burgess. I'm sorry I derailed this.
Oh, and they were like, "Oh, he said not to go out on Tuesday," and I was like, "Oh my God." Really?
It's been like 20%, 30%. To me, that's 80% a no.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, wait.
be ready, but like, don't.
Right. What do you want, Katharine Boyette?
Oh, I was just going to say that I think that nothing happened last time, so we're like, nothing's going to happen this time, so something's definitely going to happen.
No,
That's possible,
we constantly assess the road. We were up at 3, 4 in the morning, driving around, making sure stuff was good. We had reports posted by 4 or 4:30 in the morning.
I know. I
So
was
we are-
very
And we're
assured.
going to do the same thing this time.
Yes.
I don't lose sleep because Dalton's losing sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We our streets folks, we get out there, the school gets out there, and we don't
Yeah.
want to cry wolf.
Right.
Yeah,
You start
for sure.
activating
Exactly.
everything, you cry wolf, and then nobody listens.
Speaking of crying
Yeah,
wolf,
that's true, too.
I'm waiting for Andrew
I
Gay.
mean, I'm okay if school's canceled, though. I mean, I'm just saying, yeah, I can work at home for the day,
Huh.
have a snuggle day with Laurel.
Oh, nice. She can sing some songs to you. She's very entertaining, that child.
By 11, I'll be like, wait.
All right.
Can the school open now?
Can the school get going?
She just shows up with her.
Laurel, be
Drop her off
quiet.
on the
I'm here,
front
I'm ready.
doorstep.
The show today is brought to you by Peterson Health. We're live from the Peterson Health Digital Studio at Pine Plow Brewing Company here in beautiful Kerrville, Texas. The landlord here, his name is Jeremy Walther. He said, I need to promote Trailhead, so go to Trailhead.
Absolutely go to Trailhead.
And they have Pot of Hot coming up soon.
Oh, fun.
That's going to be in February. I don't remember exactly when.
I hope it's a little cooler
Yeah, it was
on
warm
that day.
last year.
Yeah, last year it started out, but then, you're eating all that soup, you're walking around, the
Yeah.
sun's beating down on your
Yeah.
head.
It was
The
so-
irony
it
of
was-
living here.
It was super, super fun event.
It was a great
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
Pot of Hot coming up next month, and that's brought to you by Allstat Brewing Company.
Yeah.
Beer and beer. Lots of beer. Doug Gibson Discount Center, by the way, is already gearing up for his next soup concoction.
He was a great soup master.
Yes, he
Yeah,
was.
I want to hear who's entering.
I don't know.
Who's judging?
I don't know who's going to judge. There was an all-star cast last week, so
I will be there eating.
eating, yes.
Judging is probably harder than you think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to be like,
It's a lot of soup to
A lot of-
try.
They broke it up into.
I mean,
they broke it up
really,
into
yes.
groups, small groups last
Yeah.
year, and then those small groups had their picks, and then they
Right.
all went back, and then they
Yeah.
got it figured out. It was like a tournament almost.
It was, yeah.
Speaking of tournaments, Quick Lane is open for your business. They've won the tournament for all your service needs. See them today. Make an appointment, and they will take care of you at 830-257-5557. They're over at Ken Sobel Ford. They have delicious snacks.
They do. They have a little coffee machine,
Coffee machine, yeah.
bottle of water.
They got they have some granola bars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Also, don't forget that Doug knows Carhartt. If you're gonna get cold next week, he's got it taken care of over there at the Gibson Discount Center. They've got everything for you for your cold weather needs. Janelle Peral can sell you a house. She's got jppropertiestx.com.
my very first house in Kerrville was from her.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Nice. She's terrific.
She is.
The Callow Performing Arts Center's got stuff going on. Go visit them today before they close down.
You just have all the great sponsors.
I do. I have great sponsors. We also
Our Ray
have
just looks awesome.
we have this
by
guy
the
right
way.
here.
Yeah.
The Bald Truth Podcast. That's Greg Richards. He's super bald. He'd look good in your hat there, Dalton
I'm
Rice.
telling you, the beanie is everything.
If you need architecture, we've got this guy, Scott Shellhace, SLS Partnership. You know what I was thinking about doing? I'm going to buy a mega thing of Lincoln logs.
I love Lincoln Logs.
Right? I'm
Classic.
gonna have Scott Shellhace and Peter Lewis.
Oh, I
sit
like
here
a battle between them.
and battle between the two of them.
Love it.
I actually like that.
Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that
It
be
would
fun? Okay. Also,
I'd like to see their approaches.
I also have an event planned. Get this. I'm gonna have a Hot Wheels racing day.
I like that too.
I bought a Hot Wheels racing car. And I have nightmares, by the way, every single night. And I had a nightmare that I was trapped in a Sears and Roebuck that had reinvented itself as a CES convention space. You know, the Consumer Electronics thing. So they had all this cool electronic stuff. And then also it was a toy store.
That is a nightmare.
And that
for your
inspired
pocketbook.
me to look up the materials for
For
a
a
Hot
Hot
Wheels racing. And I thought,
Okay, I
I'm gonna
like
call
that one
Dalton.
too.
I'm gonna call Dalton Dover over at
Yeah.
the
Super
Napa.
Fun idea.
Yeah, we're gonna have that get that done, and we'll
Sponsored by
do it.
Napa.
We'll do it as like a racing day. We'll have kids come in. They'll
Yeah.
bring their Here's the rule: you have to buy a Hot Wheel car from Napa,
Okay.
and then you come over and you race your car, and
All
we'll
right.
give some prizes. away,
Count
something
Emerson
like that.
in. He lives.
Wouldn't
with
that be
Hot
great?
Wheels. Mhm.
And then we'll interview the kids. We'll do it live on video. We'll interview the kids like it's like the and we're Dalton Dover and I, not Dalton Rice, but Dalton Rice could join us too. Well, I have like the sports codes from like Wide World of America
Okay.
or the Wide World Sports of, was it
I don't know.
Wide World Sports of America or anyway.
Is there a track? Like a
yeah.
obstacle
There's
course?
like a track.
It's very exciting.
It's like a Pinewood Derby track. It's just like straight down
Yeah.
drag racing. So,
All right.
Speaking of that, you know who will probably sponsor us? Will be Joe Herring.
Maybe. I
Joe
was
Herring.
thinking Napa because
Printing company. Yeah, it'd be great. Serving the Texas country since 1964.
Too obvious.
All right, enough of that nonsense. Here's the deal, folks. There is another fire in California, but here's the Texas plug on this, right? A lithium-ion battery plant, the largest in the world, like 750 megawatts, right? Enough to power 562,000 homes for 4 hours, blew up outside of Monterey Bay.
Wow.
Apparently, allegedly. But here's the rub, and I've already reading this already. It's owned by a Texas company, so the Californians are absolutely furious. You know, what? Damn it! Why do we have this Texas crapping your stupid batteries? My God!
So this same thing that happens here, but we reversed it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because Californians don't usually think about Texans at all until there's like some kind of environmental problem, and they're like, "Oh my God!"
us.
Yeah, this is Texas fault.
I'm glad we get blamed for something.
Yeah.
But was everybody okay? No.
Catherine's like,
Listen, here's the
Let's
deal
talk
with these
about the
battery
real problem.
things is that they're attached to existing power plants already, and when they blow up, nothing really happens. They just make a big mess.
but
Although
the fire itself
the
can
fire,
be.
the fire itself can be
also-
problematic.
Yeah.
Starlink, or not Starlink, the Elon Musk, one of his rocket ships blew up last night over the Bahamas. Did you guys see that video? Amazing. What an amazing. It went up in the air and then went kaboom.
I did see that.
He's going to blow up Texas at some point. Just trust me. He's going to blow it up
Okay.
with Tawny Fontaine Jenner as well. I was asked by the Kerrville Pets Alive people, can everyone see this? These dogs apparently need help. They need us to.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that dog. These are dogs that they need heroes. So if you need a dog, like these big dogs, they need your help. So that's something that. Look how cute these dogs
adorable.
are.
Like,
They are adorable. There's certain dogs I don't understand what people have. Bulldogs would be one of them. So, but you can get a dog over there.
that
Go
one has
Kerrville
like
Pets-
a little poof on the top.
Yeah, I know. Do you know there's a duck over at Louise Hayes Park that looks like Donald Trump. Have you guys seen that duck? He has like a little bouffant on his hair. Like a lot of come over action.
Nobody eats
I have so many comments, but I'm
I
not. And we're good.
I
I have not seen that duck.
Go look. There's these little duck herds. You know.
Can't call him Donald Duck because that
No,
means taken.
No. Trump duck Trump.
There you go.
But he's over there. He's got like a little. Actually, he looks
Just
more
call him
like.
Tuck.
Actually, no. He looks more like Guy Fieri.
Oh, okay.
You know the guys that have the Guy
Little
Fieri
spiky hairs?
little spiky hairs. He's got that little action going
Okay.
on, but it comes over like Trump. So,
Nice.
that's over at the Louise Hayes Park. We got a great show
You
for
need to get a
today.
picture of him.
I know.
What color
I
is
know.
this duck? I gotta look for him.
He hangs out with a group of mallards, who are very beautiful, obviously. And
Is he white and huge?
no. There's a goose that hangs out with those guys.
I'm like, I know.
that.
You know this one. You know what's going on there, right? It's amazing.
All right.
Poor Nancy
Huge.
Huffman's here. She's like, oh my God, Andrew.
She's been on the show before.
Gay,
She
I
knows.
have been. I
what
don't
do
know
you
what
got?
to expect.
Andrew Gay, what do you got going on?
Andrew left.
Andrew left. I can't hear you, Andrew. Your audio is off again. My audio is off. No. I don't know what's going on with this thing. The audio is not working lately. Yeah. Damn it. I'm about to call you, Andrew. I'll try this again. The dog video has music, apparently. So, yes, it does. I didn't turn the dog video. It has music. It has probably copyright music. Kerrville Pets Alive is like trying to ruin Facebook. Let me call Andrew. Hey, let me see.
They put it on Facebook.
Hey, Siri, call Andrew Gay. This is how I operate now.
I was like,
Just
that's
call.
such an old man move.
I know.
This coffee
Yep.
is so good.
Yeah.
Did I just
I'm gonna have
hear
to get Dalton a
Julie call
fidget
you an old
spinner.
man?
I don't know. I guess there was music on that dog video. What's going on with you, Andrew Gay? What do you have happening? What do you have happening?
Yeah,
I can't
Andrew
speak
Gay here
English
in the-
today.
What?
I can't speak English today, so I apologize. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, and I was running late this morning, so I apologize. Yeah, Andrew Gay here, independent financial advisor with Texas Hill Country Advisors. We offer securities and investment advisory services through Next Financial Group, member FINRA SIPC. It's kind of a muted day for Wall Street. We're having a spectacular week. We had that optimistic inflation number the other day. And then we've had some really good earnings come in from the banks. So markets were relatively flat yesterday when they closed. And so far, we're off to a positive start this morning. So it looks like stocks are on pace to have their best week since one of the weeks following the election that was considered the Trump bump. So we will see if that can hold into next week. Of course, we're going to hear from the new administration. We have the inauguration day Monday, which markets are closed for. So we'll have a shortened trading week next week. But other than that, there's not a whole lot of economic data coming out. Like next Friday, we get some housing data, but next week is relatively light on the economic calendar. But that will bring us towards the end of January. Markets are going to start looking, after inauguration day, they're going to start looking towards the Fed meeting at the end of January. It is currently expected that the Fed is not going to cut interest rates at that meeting. According to the Fed funds futures market, there is a 99.5% chance that investors are betting that the Fed is not going to cut rates again at the end of January. So we'll see how that plays out. That'll be the next thing financial markets are watching. So
I got grocery yesterday, Andrew. I paid $6 for a loaf of my gluten-free bread. Now, I was told that we're going to see those prices go down next week. Is that going to happen, you think?
I don't know. The short-term price volatility is always a tricky thing. You're kind of betting on something that literally fluctuates in nature. So
Can't
I think
homeboy
that-
just write an executive order and just say your grocery bill is cut in half automatically? Can't
Dude,
you just,
executive orders don't really do a whole lot other than there's no money behind them. They can't, it doesn't direct Congress to spend one thing or the other. It's just a shift in priorities and in directing department heads to do certain things. So, and it's not like you sign executive orders and then
this
overnight.
is horribly disappointing. We didn't vote for this, did we? I thought we were getting our eggs reduced in price. So I
It's the
mean,
government, unfunded mandates.
yeah.
So I would say, to think a little bit bigger picture, maybe in line with kind of the way the Fed watches some of those economic indicators. There's a reason they look at the price levels or inflation numbers, not just the metric that's not really the headline one, that they follow, but they look at it in 3-month chunks as well, and then they look at it even in larger chunks. So they're really looking at what's happening on a year-over-year basis, not necessarily a month-over-month. And on a year-over-year basis, the trend is definitely
Bye,
trending
Andrew.
in the right direction.
No.
That stuff.
It's just my phone. All right. Good job, Andrew.
You okay over there?
Yeah, we're
Thanks
here.
for
We're
the
here.
good
We're here.
news.
All right. Goodbye, Andrew.
Okay. Okay. Y'all have a
Well
great
done.
What a
show. Have
Friday.
a great
Yeah.
weekend.
All right. Thank you very much. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
The
All right, bye.
software doesn't seem to want to have audio anymore. It's all right. It's all right. We're going to make it work.
We always make it work.
The show wouldn't
I
be
know.
as much
I thought
fun
we were done
without
with
audio.
you. Get out of here.
Okay. Yes, I'm leaving.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Dalton Rice is here. Dalton, on Tuesday, let me just say, we have Nancy Huffman here. She's an artist. We have Katharine Boyette. She's an artist. Are you an artist, Katharine?
No. I like artsy
Catherine knows art.
people. Yeah.
She's an art promoter.
Manager, creative,
By the way,
lots of art
you
friends.
sent me a very authoritative email yesterday saying you need to give me the reach of your newsletter. And let me say, this morning so far.
Please.
Wait.
Catherine is very direct. It's awesome.
Let's see here. So far, more than 1,300 people have read the newsletter this morning. So we're there. We're there.
Awesome.
We're getting there. We're getting there. So it means and your thing was in it this morning.
I read it.
There you go.
Again.
Thank you. Well done. We're going to talk about art. Nancy Huffman's here. She's got her art is on display at the Kerrville Convention Visitors Bureau and here at Pint and Plow. And Julie Davis is here. She can talk about the weekend because we got weekend stuff going on.
Yes.
Apparently some kind of winter storm coming.
Not on the weekend.
Sunday.
Sunday.
Weekend's over by Sunday.
No.
Yeah.
Monday's the holiday.
Monday's a holiday.
Oh, you're right.
Monday is
Not for me, so I forgot.
Monday for some people it's a triple holiday, right?
It is,
It's
it
Martin Luther
is.
King birthday or Martin Luther King Day. 2, it's also the inauguration day, and the third part is it's the National College Football Championship
Oh,
game
that's right.
between
There's a lot
Ohio
going
State
on.
and Notre Dame.
Yeah. It's just a
So-
work day for me.
Yeah, it's just a work day for you.
Sorry, everybody.
Most people are going to be off that day, so
Yeah,
your schools will be closed, the government offices will be closed. Dalton will be home
I'll be babysitting.
babysitting the savages. But let's go over to Dalton for a second here. You guys finally passed on first reading a tree ordinance, which took several months to get done. And this tree ordinance issue predates your arrival. Mayor Joe Herring made a statement on Tuesday night saying that, or Tuesday afternoon during the 4:00 workshop meeting when people are actually apparently working. Yeah, just be quiet. I'll take the heat for it. He said that before the 2050 plan had a tree ordinance attached to it. There was actually a tree ordinance enacted previously under Bill Blackburn's leadership as mayor. And then the tree incident happened and people were hypercritical of the city council. You weren't quite city manager yet. You were in that process of getting
It was in the
hired.
process, yes.
Yeah. And I remember the city council took the blame for it. They got blamed for it pretty harshly. People were upset with the tree being cut down. The city had nothing to do with it. That led to the tree ordinance. And you saw this, I think the council, of any issue they've had to deal with so far, this current configuration of the council with Delaney Siegerman, there was a lot of discomfort with some of the tree ordinance stuff, but it ultimately came back down to they got something passed 4-1. Kent McKinney was the lone dissenting vote. It was a very polite conversation. There was no drama, but it took a while to get there.
Yeah, it was a very pragmatic approach. I mean, I think it really shows, what city council has done over the years, and more importantly, on this first reading, through the process, they didn't react to anything. They maintained, a proactive approach. They wanted to really truly assess all of it. And I think the big takeaway is they're willing to talk about it, they're willing to discuss it, they're willing to go through it, and then make a decision. Whether that decision was going one way or another. Even if it would not have passed, they still at least went through the process, which is what representation government is.
Yeah, and it was a good discussion. I mean, there was a lot of back and forth with this. There was, this probably took 6 months, right, to get this into some kind of working form.
Easily 6 months.
And there were several workshops on this, which, by the way, nobody went to. Nobody attended the workshop
Yeah.
where People, if you're invested in this, that's where a lot of the meat of things get discussed is in the workshop. And I realize it's at 4:00, but you know what? Take some time off from your job and go be a part of this as well.
It's hard. The workshop discussions are extremely important and they're valuable. It's not to take away from the public discussion. Obviously, it's all in public, but there's a lot more discussion and give and take and back and forth that can happen in a workshop that you don't want to take time during the actual business meeting. Mm-hmm. If you take time away from the business meeting, then you're not conducting business and nothing ever gets done.
Right.
You just end up spending hours upon hours. I mean, I was reading the paper on a city council that met at 3:00 and then got out at midnight.
Yeah. I've been to those meetings.
Yeah.
I've been to meetings where it's gone till midnight. I mean, I think the longest Kerrville one ever been has been 6 hours, including the workshop. But
I think we got out at like 11:30.
Yeah, I mean, there's been some times where it's been pretty late. But for the most part, these meetings are pretty efficient. But there are meetings where they take all day long.
Yeah, and so on this, I think it was a great exercise and a great example of our processes, both the city councils and the governing process, but also on the staff process.
Yeah.
Because when we first started off, we wanted to make sure okay, how do we approach this? Mm-hmm. And we kind of, obviously we took other cities, what they did, how they did it. And then, it was kind of a very broad stroke. And then we narrowed it down based off what council wanted. And so now the end product on the first reading is a very centered approach that focuses on private property rights and focuses on tree preservation.
Yeah, right.
And it doesn't take away, the residential component. And so overall, I think the intent of what council wanted was met.
Yeah. By the way, I think that one of the things is going to come out of this LA fire thing for a lot of communities who are going to look at this and say, how did they have this? How did Tony Fontana is one of them. How did they let this thing burn? And I think tree ordinance is going to be one of the ones they're going to look at because I saw a video yesterday from Pacific Palisades, and it was a ring. It was a ring video time lapse, and it's startling because what you see is a lot of people with big trees in their yards, and they actually burn first. And in this video that I saw, there was I should find it. Put it up there because it's amazing to watch. As the fire creeps closer to these people's house, and they burn their house down. There are trees on fire everywhere, just blowing, especially palm trees and things like that.
And that's what's really interesting, especially in kind of the world we live in, a lot going on. We tend to react and knee-jerk react. And so, unfortunately, it takes the emergency management professionals, it takes governments, as crazy as it sounds, to provide that structure and that calm in the chaos.
Yeah.
In that balanced approach. If we knee-jerk reacted on every single thing that happened, we would be constantly having to do and undo stuff.
Yeah.
A great example is we get blamed for deer pooping on the sidewalk.
Yeah. That is. I know. There's a guy here that blames you guys for that every day.
Yeah, and if we if we reacted to that, we wouldn't have a deer population.
Right.
Or something would happen.
Right.
So we can't react to every single thing. We have
I didn't know that bothered people so much.
Oh, it does. Oh, the complaints we get on a daily basis.
Not to derail this.
I could write a book on it. It's
really
it's insane.
Complaints to the city manager.
Yeah, and and the thing is we listen to them most of the time. People want to be listened to, and but governments cannot react. You cannot knee-jerk react to anything.
I read a fascinating story in the LA Times last night, by the way, about the fire. Speaking of reaction, Department of Water and Power identifying that they had low water pressure developing in Pacific Palisades, and they were making these agonized decisions. Like, if we shut off water and divert all the water to this, it means we're shutting off water for the entire city at a moment's notice. What about those patients who are on dialysis? What about the hospitals? What about, that's a life or death decision, for some people that are facing this. And it was fascinating to read. It was like, man, they were really in a difficult spot.
Yeah. And I obviously I can't, armchair quarterback their emergency management plan. I can only speak to ours, but we factor all that stuff in. We work with the hospitals, we work with the local folks. When things, escalate, should they escalate, we have plans in place to make sure, hey, who needs to get out of the hospital? Who do we need to relocate? How do we get them, how do we get them out? What resources do we need? And so we factor all of that stuff into our emergency management.
Yeah, you're right. The other issue you guys had on Tuesday, I thought was a very thoughtful discussion. Now, I would say that Jeff Harris is very pro-police. He's a veteran.
All council is.
All council
All
is.
council is
And,
pro-police.
you know, like I love all the toys and stuff that those guys get because it keeps Charvy Torque out of busy.
She's busy enough.
She's busy enough, but it keeps
Like
busy.
Charvy does nothing.
Charvy does nothing. And I haven't seen Charvy for a while. She's still alive? What happened to her?
Yeah.
Last time I
She's
saw her, she had like a broken wing or something like that.
Oh, no, that was a long
foot.
time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's hustling and grinding.
All right.
100 miles an hour.
But they're going to get a motorcycle. And Chief McCall laid out, I think, a very pragmatic approach to this. And the beauty of the motorcycle was that he said, and I think this is true, response times are quicker. You can get maybe a guy who's trained medically to a place faster. You can also get to the river trail. And there were some positives. And also there was some recruitment attachments to this. Motorcycles are inherently dangerous too. And that was where Jeff Harris had this conversation. So you had a thoughtful conversation around that as well. So this was an interesting meeting because this council's kind of been unified. There were some little moments there where they were like, I don't agree with that. So
Well, you know, and I won't even use the term unified or not. Each one of them have independent thoughts on the direction that they want to go, despite public opinion, or I will say the minority of public opinion.
Yeah.
And they pragmatically go through things. They have their own thoughts. They're not afraid to
Right.
say no. They're not afraid to say yes. When they are unified, it's because
wait a minute. Listen to this for a second. I'm doing the Trump dance. Every time McCall comes on, I'm playing this song for him.
oh, you
I
have
hope so.
to.
I hope
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
The theme song for when he comes on.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you know, it's you know, council has to look at this from an optics lens.
Wait a
you know,
minute. Hold on a second. Wait. I can remember what camera you were
Okay.
on. Sorry.
you know, they
I
have to
thought we
look,
had another song coming.
They-
That's what I was
Really?
wondering.
they have to look at it from an optics lens, and they have to be able to answer questions to the community and to the public.
Yeah.
From an operations standpoint, Chris, Chief McCall and I, we've talked, and we've accepted that inherent risk. We know there's risk. That it's a risky job in public safety, and all we can do is communicate that and move forward.
Yeah.
The great thing with public safety, the challenge is there's not a lot of vertical promotions.
Yeah.
You can't always just promote up and out. And so
Right.
retention and recruitment, especially in the police force, if there's an opportunity to provide a lateral promotion or a lateral move, you're not going to get them to complain.
Right.
Like our bike program, you don't have people complain when they get on bicycles.
No.
It's because they have a passion and a drive to do
Right.
that. And so the people who want to do it, with the policies and with everything set, we're going to make it as safe as we possibly can with accepting, some level of risk.
Right. Yeah. Those are some big decisions there
It's
as
a
well.
balance, yeah.
A balance.
And accountability is huge,
Yeah.
both from me, from Chief McCall, and as our team, we've accepted the accountability, hey, should something go wrong?
Right. You got attacked on Monday, by the way, at the commissioner's court meeting.
Get in
for
line.
You were going to offer beer at Easterfest, like it was your fault.
That's Dalton doing that?
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
entertaining.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't hear that you were the accused. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were the accused. Oh my gosh.
As soon as I saw my name on the agenda, I was like, man.
Yeah. Easterfest, which will happen I guess Easter's on April 20th this year.
It is.
Yeah, so-
The fest is the 19th.
Was that the first Easter Fest opposition that it's had?
I think
First
so.
one I know.
I've
of.
never heard of one.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't.
Yeah.
So you're
Why
welcome.
do we need to have beer and wine?
For the same thing that's been there.
Yeah.
I
Right.
mean,
But it's actually the weekend before.
We can.
No,
before.
it's the Saturday before Easter.
Saturday before Easter. Yeah. So it's the 19th.
I'm in leadership, Kerr County.
And you're wrong. If it's okay, I was like, and you're wrong. If you show
Y'all
up
look at the
week
chamber
before.
Facebook page.
no,
save the date.
17th through the 20th. The actual day is going to be the 19th.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll add it to my
I
calendar.
literally just was supposed to go to Commissioner's Court and do all the TABC stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'm the devil.
Okay,
so-
okay.
The devil.
That's
it's
your role
fault.
you're playing. I got it.
But I have a job.
Because that's your committee, basically.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's your committee.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
else?
Aren't you the beer tent? Yeah, okay.
You're in another leadership event too. You said too. You're in the
Hill Country Alliance.
What is that about? What is the Hill Country Alliance?
So the Hill
exactly?
Country Alliance is really a 17 county kind of conglomerate of counties, cities,
In the Hill
water
Country?
districts in the Hill Country. I mean, it goes from Edwards County all the way, It's everywhere.
Yeah.
17 counties, and they focus on natural resources, water, conservation, land conservation,
Night sky.
night sky. I mean, a little bit of everything. And, like the cohort usually has, 15 to 20 plus people in it. And it's it's elected officials, appointed officials, water district folks. So really it's a great opportunity to network and meet and kind of see what other people are doing or challenges that they're facing, from a conservation or natural resources perspective.
Right. It's an important group. They do a lot of important things as well. So
We partnered with them to do the Kerrville Runs on Water mural last year.
that's right.
Yep.
That's right. They were very happy about it. And ironically, it rained that day too when we unveiled that one. Yeah, remember that?
But also the youth contest that we recognized
right.
in the city council.
All right. Good stuff. Dalton, I don't want to keep you. I know you're very busy and important.
It's a pretty good day.
All right, good.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it very much. All right. Dalton Rice joining us. Now, before we get to Nancy and Katharine Boyette, we're going to bring Katy Kappel on. And we're going to ask Julie Davis, what's going on tomorrow? Katy, come on up here.
Tomorrow? You
Tomorrow.
don't want to know about today?
What's going on today?
Today?
Yes.
My app is loading. All right. Museum of Western Art has this South Texas aesthetic, and I think it ends tomorrow. So get over there if you haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
Arts and Cultural Center has Sunrise, Sunset exhibit going on in their rummage sale. Hill Country Arts Foundation has the Past and Present exhibit. And then tonight or this evening or afternoon,
I'm giving you
depending how you
music,
look
by
at
the
it.
way. Give me
Nice.
music to do this.
We'll work on that. 5 o'clock, Kerrville Hills Winery will have the Bird City Community Celebration going on. So that's exciting from 5 to 7:30. And I think Katie's probably going to talk about that more, so I won't steal her thunder. Live music at Cafe at the Ridge, YO Hotel, Inn of the Hills. She brought like props. And then tomorrow is Hillside Harvest Market, a bird walk and talk, the Heart of the Hills Farmers Market, the exhibits we already talked about, and then of course the Renaissance Festival kicks off tomorrow. So next 3 weekends, if Sunday's too cold, go Saturday. And then hopefully by next weekend it'll be warm again. But they want you to come every day. It's rain, shine, doesn't matter.
Snow.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I don't think we'll have snow Sundays, so you'll be okay. Turtle Creek has live music. Trailhead has live music. Lots of live music going on. Let's see. Gravity Check has live music. The rest is all basically live music.
National Weather Service says
there is a Martin Luther King Jr. Day celebration on the 20th
Doyle?
at the Doyle.
Yes.
Sorry, I just got that far.
The National Weather Service says there is a 20% chance of snow before noon on Tuesday.
Yeah, but that's not Sunday. We were talking about Renaissance Festival Saturday and Sunday. Don't stay home Saturday and Sunday for Tuesday.
It's not going to snow on Sunday.
It will be
That's
breezy.
like the people that stayed home for the eclipse a week ahead of time.
It'll be breezy on Sunday apparently with winds.
Yeah, I did
with
see the
some gusty
winds.
winds as high as 30 miles an hour. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 20. Martin Luther King Day, mostly sunny with a high around 38. It'll be cold. The inauguration is supposed to be really cold. So there you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all there are tons of live music going on, lots of events. As you said before, it's a little, quote, quieter, but what was it, like 50 events instead of 100? So
it's gonna get
it's
it's
all
gonna get
relative.
busy. It's gonna get busy. We're
It'll
gearing
pick
up.
up.
We're gearing up towards
For sure.
the big time of events all week, all the time. So
we need a
quite
little
Wintering.
time to regroup.
All right, Katharine. Why is Nancy Huffman here? Why did you drag her out? She lives in Hunt.
She's a great artist.
I know she's a great artist. She's got a terrific display of work here at Pine and Plow and at your facility too.
Yes, at the Convention and Visitors Bureau.
Yeah.
No, the Community Arts Program has a program called Art on the Walls, and we spotlight local artists throughout the county. And so we're featuring Nancy at the Visitor Center
Okay.
as our artist. And
There is a hair painting that I am really coveting.
There's a hair painting
Yes,
of a
there is.
hair.
There-
I
There
like that.
always
I
is
say a
one.
bunny,
Okay, a bunny.
but
Yes.
It's something hair
Yes.
is what it says
well,
on it.
they're
I can't
really
remember what
hares
it's. Yeah.
rather than rabbits. Jackrabbit.
Yes. Oh, he's
say.
cute, you guys. Come check him out.
You like the critters. You like the critters of the hill country, right? Right.
I do, but I definitely paint more jackrabbits than anything.
What about birds? You paint any birds?
I paint birds too, but there's none on display in this.
No, but there's
Yeah.
some gorgeous cypress tree river.
It all features scenes from the river. Because I live in Hunt, I'm close to the headwaters, so it's all based on from the headwaters down to where the confluence is.
Okay.
Where the North and South Fork come together. Everything that's in there is from above. And, my favorite part is the last paintings that I've done, which are the, I guess you'd call them semi-abstracts, but they're the walking in the water up at the headwaters because it's been so low. I mean, you can see all the aquatic vegetation in there and just the patterns of all the little tiny shells, and it's beautiful.
Beautiful, right?
Yeah,
right.
Beautiful.
And the one I like right now is you have like a little bit of a sunset one up there on the top left. Is that right, sunset? Yeah, I mean that's one I'm digging right now. When I look at that one, I'm like, okay, that's the one I like.
That's actually looking out from my house.
Is that right?
It is, yeah, because we don't own land on the river, but we overlook land on the river.
You can look at the river.
We can look at it. So there's, the river's going through there, and the cypresses,
Beautiful.
when they turned their orangey, russety kind of colors, and the sun was just right on it at that point in time, and they were glowing.
Right.
So it's just that ribbon of cypress going in front of the bluff.
Catherine, do you have any idea how many artists we have working in this town at any given time in this
man.
community, in this county?
Well,
It's
I started
crazy.
making a list because of the article they'll be helping doing with you, and it's easily over 100. I'm sure there's, hundreds of artists. I mean, no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
I
really,
don't have a
especially if
number.
you-
I
They're
mean,
all out there.
If you take it
makers-
and try to define what you're trying to say, the number gets
between
even bigger. Depending.
quilters
Right,
and fabric artists and ceramicists
Performing artists.
and performing artists and writers and musicians.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
we're
Now
really
we're
just
actually
like a
into
trove.
thousands now, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then current, and then former. So
I mean, like right now here at the Plow, we've got Nancy's work on display. We also have, dang it, what's his name? Stanford.
Stafford.
Yeah.
Stafford. Yes, he's showing his photography right now, which is just stunning. So. So we and artists are coming here all the time. We have a pottery guy coming living here.
Yeah.
And of course we have the great arts institutions already. We have 3 great art
so
museums.
many organizations
Galleries.
that support artists, galleries, and
Yep.
yeah, I have a fun job. I get to talk about artists, hang out with artists, help elevate it in our
Yeah.
community, and
Nancy,
Nancy's
where are
perfect
you?
example.
You had your little you had your Hunt art show. It was usually in July, right?
Oh, yes. Well, the first one we did was July 4th,
Yeah.
literally that weekend. Well, sometimes it doesn't exactly fall on July 4th.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's in the middle of the week. Anyway, we are doing it the weekend before July 4th.
Okay.
So, and this year, because Bridget's is closing.
Rest in peace.
Yes, I know. We're all sad about that.
I'm really sad about it.
Yeah. Anyway, we're going to have it at the Hunt store. We've
nice.
already worked
very
that
nice.
out.
Good.
So, it'll be a great location too.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah.
good visibility, so people will definitely know something's going
Yeah.
on when they
Exactly.
go by.
I like the fact that the Hunt store takes a certain amount of leadership in the community over there. It's kind of a
know.
gathering spot.
It
is.
It is.
You know.
And Bridget's was the same way
Yeah.
too. But yeah.
Yeah, and I know, and I'm going to blame it all on Bridget. So it's it's not her fault. But I mean, they got tired of the deal. And it's a lot of work to do that stuff. But it was such
Tremendous amount of work.
the setting though for that art show was so great though at Bridget's though. So not to lament it as well.
It was a great location.
And then you
This will
have
be
your
good, too.
you have your little gang of women, right? What are you?
Yes.
The Magnificent Seven, is that right?
Magnificent Seven, but we're going to have some men too.
Are you?
Don't worry about that.
Don't do it. Don't allow them. Don't let them in.
Don't let them in.
No.
Well, I've already talked to them.
Oh,
Too late.
too late.
Stafford's one of them.
Is he? All right. Yeah, I mean, he's terrific.
That's all right.
So,
Yeah.
so with the Magnificent Seven, though, who's in that group? Who are the members of that group?
Okay, myself, Laura Williams, Janet Reinwald, Dawn Wire, Elaine Capers, Deanna Eichsman. Was that 7?
I didn't count them. I'm sorry.
I wasn't either.
I think you're like 4 or 5 into it. I think you missed like
I think
half
you're
of them.
missing one or two.
Yeah.
You.
Okay.
You're one of them, right?
Yeah,
That's
I'm one
6,
of them.
I think.
Janelle Lindley.
There you go. There's
Okay.
7.
She's getting close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
If she
think that was
forgot you, it
7.
was totally by accident. She
sorry.
loves you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. On the spot. Sorry.
Laura Williams, though, I
Yeah.
got some of her stuff at the at that cool little art atelier thing
Yes.
that they did.
Yes. the art scramble.
The art scramble.
Oh, yeah,
that was really
I should have
fun.
fought people for the ones I wanted. I didn't realize that we're gonna have to fight people.
I didn't either.
I did.
You had to camp out in front
I
of
should have
them.
brought a shillelagh with me and started hitting people with them. Back off! It's mine.
It was a super fun event.
Yeah.
It was intense to get that piece you wanted.
Yeah.
That's
I got the 2 from Laura Williams of Roadrunners, so I was pretty happy. with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Speaking of Roadrunners, birds aren't real. Katy Kappel, defend yourself. Birds are not real.
Good segue.
Oh, yes, they are. And speaking of roadrunners, that's another thing that Katharine Boyette was behind. Weren't you somewhat involved in that?
Oh, the library
Exhibit on
ramp.
the
The
library.
library ramp art. That was an awesome,
That's a
beautiful
great
project
thing.
that celebrates
Yeah.
local birds.
No, I came today not just because we're having an event tonight, which I hope.
You're showing us that birds aren't real.
Yeah, birds are real. There's one right here,
Yeah.
found in the bottom of the closet.
Let me see that verse for a second. Let me illustrate.
need a
Let me animate this thing.
But what I wanted to talk about was the fact
wait a
that
minute, wait a minute.
that whole Bird City thing was a volunteer.
Hey, Gilbert Pies, birds are real, jerk. Ah!
420 blackbirds baked in a pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gilbert Pies, what happened to this bird's beak? It's like falling apart.
It was in the
He's
hands.
been working hard.
Yeah.
It was in the hands of my granddaughter for a few years.
Ah.
So he needs some,
All right.
he needs some revitalization.
Poor.
Congratulations, though.
Yeah.
You
That's
know,
a big achievement, though.
It is.
Well, and the thing about it is it's, people really want to do what they can to help preserve nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and we need to leave our big trees somehow, even if they are a fire hazard, and maybe do some other things in your yard. But this whole effort was 25 different organizations and volunteers from various ones. And Nancy doesn't talk about the volunteer work she does, which is leading nature journaling classes. And
the Native Plant,
you're still the
Native Plant
president of the
Society.
Native Plant Society.
Native Plant Society.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's a big thing. But the other thing that has happened that surprised the heck out of me is that the community gave us some money, and the Callow Foundation is putting up the money for this bird blind that we're going to build this month.
Oh, nice. Congratulations. Good.
Any day now, we're going to have people do that.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Let me see if I get. Let me see here. Hold on. Stand by.
Where are you putting the bird blind?
It's on the Trailhead 2 of Kerrville Shriner.
Okay.
And they would like us to build another one. In fact, they ran the water line for us, and they said they would dig the post hole.
Okay.
Okay.
So the
Very
city of
cool.
Parks is behind us on this.
Nice. That's exciting.
The Supreme Court has upheld the ban on TikTok. TikTok will shut down on Sunday. So,
Sorry, everybody.
Yeah. If you were a TikTok user, TikTok is going down on Sunday.
What are they going to do with all their free time?
I don't know.
Okay.
They're moving over to the super Chinese
Red Note.
Red Note.
Yes.
I think there will be more lawsuits out of this because there's a lot of people who make money from TikTok. The Supreme Court ruled Friday, according to CNN, that a controversial ban on TikTok may take effect this weekend, rejecting an appeal from the popular app's owners that claimed the ban violated the First Amendment. The court handed down an unsigned opinion, and there were no noted dissents. So basically unanimous. The decision, which followed warnings from the Biden administration that the app posed a grave national security threat because of its ties to China, will allow the ban to start Sunday. There are some lingering questions about how the ban would work in practice because there's no precedent for the U.S. government blocking a major social media platform. So,
Okay.
dun dun dun.
Back to birds.
All right, back to
So
birds.
I
Sorry.
saw one bird blind being built near Kerrville Hills Winery, and this is going to be a second one that's supported by the foundation.
No, this is the first one. The only other one is at the Nature Center.
Okay. So
And, But we got some money from a community foundation in Dallas, which would build us another one. If the city would like us to put another one in Kerrville Shriner. And we've talked to the county people about Flat Rock Park, but it's all in the floodplain.
Yeah.
They don't want us building anything in the floodplain. So that will not happen. However, one thing I wanted to talk to you about anyway is that we need some very nice signage along the river trail and maybe in the overlook, because there's nothing to tell people about the birds or the plants along the
Yeah, and
river.
it's in 2050. I've seen, interpretive and signage along the trail to help
Yeah.
people learn about it. Yeah, stop.
Yeah. So there, apparently there was at one time, but I think they fell apart and hadn't been replaced.
Because of,
yeah.
Birds are one of the tourist attractions to Kerr County. I know that we've got some great bird advocates here, including Julie Davis. Julie Davis?
Sure.
this is another feather in our cap as far
There
as.
you go. I heard that they talked about it on Ken's 5 last night.
What?
Yeah.
They know where Kerrville's at? Ken's 5 does? Oh my
They
God,
talked about
really?
this designation. I actually caught the tail end because they named other communities.
Yeah, the
and I
state-
caught the tail end, and I was like, "Wait a minute, what about us?" And I had to go rewind it. And I was like, "Oh, you're lucky."
The state Audubon finally
Did a press release.
Their press
Yeah,
release. So
yeah,
that's
so.
after somewhat delayed.
Yeah.
Mm.
No, it's a very big deal. This area's already been known to birders for birding. You know, they know far more about birds than I do. We've long supported it, had information on it in the visitor center and on our website and all
Well,
of that.
and the website now has got a page of the 10 hottest birding sites.
It does. It's a
in the
really
area.
great page.
I got an idea. I got an
Leslie
idea
built
for
it.
Katharine Boyette and Leslie and Katie and maybe Nancy can illustrate it for
Okay.
us. We can have
do birds.
a bird dance card. Pick it up at the
Oh, yeah.
A dance card.
Yeah.
A dance card? That's
Like
You
a
get it
bingo?
punt, yeah.
Like a bingo? Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like, go
no,
find
like
a
yeah,
bird?
just sign off on it, and we can have Nancy illustrate it, and
That'd be cute.
you can just pass them out at the visitor center.
That'd be cute.
I know my kiddo and kids would love to like see the birds and spot the birds.
Right? Did you
nature kits
see
for you,
this?
so.
Where did you see it?
Oh,
What was
yeah.
the date? You saw a golden cheek warbler win, and here's what it looks like.
I still haven't seen one.
I mean, if you see a bunting, it is exciting.
It is.
Yeah,
it is exciting.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was excited the first time I saw
Yeah.
a painted bunting.
I saw those at Sandy Wolfmore's house.
Yeah.
There were so many of them that I got bored by them.
We have them at our house too. and it was
Well,
very
one
exciting.
of our volunteers has offered, once the bird blind is begun, the first person that sees a golden chick warbler gets $100.
Oh,
Wow.
really?
Okay.
Wow.
They have to have proof they saw
Right.
it.
got a photo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I created a great faux pas recently. I was invited to Kevin Pillow's house, and I got wrapped up in something and totally forgot to go.
Shame on you.
It was during peak hummingbird
Oh,
season.
you missed out.
And he's got hummingbirds galore.
Yeah.
And I had my camera ready to go. I actually had it in the car,
Yeah.
and I forgot to go.
That's an amazing thing to go see. The director that hired me many years ago had hummingbird banding out at her ranch for many years, and going to see that process and all of the birds that come and learn about it and how they measure the beaks and the feathers and all these things and track it. It's really cool.
It's really cool.
And then how long they live. It's just, I don't know. The science nerd in me gets
Yeah,
excited.
the science is that as well. Do they live
Plus,
long?
they're beautiful.
Do they? Or they usually hit a window and then they.
They had a bird at Sudi's ranch, and I'm trying to remember the number of years. It lived much longer. I'm sorry that I won't have the math right. Than they thought hummingbirds lived. Like it came every year. That
They
it was
identified.
like
They knew.
5 or 6 years or 7
Oh,
years. I
wow.
don't remember, but
Wow.
it was like the scientist was like, "Whoa."
Yeah.
We always thought they only lasted this long, but
Yeah.
look, we have this little guy. So
Yeah. Kinky Friedman was a big hummingbird fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a lot of hummingbirds
really
at his
cool.
place.
I don't get
So
very
what's
many.
going to happen at the celebration
Yeah.
tonight?
Well, we have a newly a musician who's going to come and play that I've never heard. He's just moved here from Austin and came into the Nature Center. And so his name is Daryl Ayers. And so that will be free music going
There you
on.
go.
The Shims Be Blessed food truck is going to be there. And there will be wine tasting and wine buying and wine drinking. And the lab, Dr. Distel's lab, will be open with some exhibits of all the different partners.
cool.
Wow.
And we have door prizes. Wild Birds has donated a set of binoculars.
Oh, nice.
We've got some other stuff too.
Yeah.
So
I donated a bird painting.
Nice.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
where is it? You still
I gave it to
bring when
Kathy
you
the
come?
other day. I gave it to Kathy.
Kathy's got it.
Kathy Huffman.
Kathy donated a handmade quilt,
quilt.
with
Oh,
birds
wall
and bees
wow.
on it. Yeah, some good stuff.
Yeah. There's some Kerrville merch too.
Oh, good. This is
CBB
gonna be.
donated.
This is
Well,
gonna
Daryl's
be.
a great musician. He's one of my good friends' fathers, and I'm excited that he's joining
So
y'all.
you know him?
Oh yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah, he's great.
I'm excited for this.
It'll
This
be a
is-
fun event. Everyone needs to come show up.
Everyone
and
needs to
celebrate.
show up
So
and celebrate this event.
are there raffle items? Do I need to like send since my kiddo's going to
No,
be
it's
going?
just everybody comes in and gets a ticket for the door prizes.
Okay, need to make sure she
So.
gets a ticket. I want those binoculars. I want those binoculars.
You
Yeah.
don't need to pack the raffle.
Right.
I want to support the birds.
I think this is one of those. It's one of those great things though too, because there's things that just make sense. Bird City, the music friendly city
Sure,
designation.
yeah.
What else are we art friendly? I mean, what else can we get?
There,
Film friendly.
Film
we're
friendly,
film friendly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Friendly.
art friendly isn't a thing, but there is a cultural art designation thing that we don't quite check all of the boxes yet for, but it's
People are working.
Lots
There's
of
some people-
conversations
yeah.
we've had about it.
Yeah.
And then
The
actually
brewery.
tourism friendly is
Yeah.
is one that we're working on.
Tourism
right now.
friendly?
I have like 2 more things.
How about we don't cotton to no book banning? How about that?
Yeah.
Well, I want that one on there too. We don't like no
Brewery
book
is not
banning.
a state one though.
not?
That's
No, there is a brewery friendly, a beer friendly.
Is it really?
a beer,
A
something
beer
trail,
friendly one?
Beer trail. I don't
A
remember.
beer trail.
Yeah.
Well, breweries
Lots of friendly stuff going on
the
around
micro
here.
It was a
breweries
friendly
It's a friendly
town.
town.
are in trouble right now. There's a lot in San Antonio that have closed.
Yeah.
It's a crisis down there. So, although they don't really talk about, they talk about it like, oh, they closed down. And this is bad for but they don't really talk about some of the reasons why they closed down. Like,
Sure.
what were did they make good business decisions or what was the
Right.
reason
Yeah.
why
What
they
was the
closed?
business plan? I'm sure
Or did they just get-
2020 was really hard
Or
on
do
a
they
lot
just
of them.
get sick of dealing with customers?
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it. So.
Was there too much competition that blew up at once, and so then
Yeah.
now
Are people drinking as much beer as they
saturated.
used to as
Yeah.
well? And that's the same thing that's happening in wines right now. Is that there's a little bit of glut right now in wine right now too, because there's so many wineries
yeah.
nationwide, not just here in Texas and California and Oregon and Washington, but just nationwide.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right, Catherine, what else are you working on as far as art goes? Who's gonna be your who did you talk about today on the thing? I read your article, but tell us.
Mitch Mitchell.
Yeah.
He's a playwright.
Yeah.
Yes. He has a show opening at the VK Garage
Okay.
in a couple of weeks, but he's written several full-length works and is a great artist in addition to our community. I've had the opportunity to act alongside him, and he's fantastic.
Oh, nice. You act too? Wait a minute. When did that happen? I thought you didn't do any art.
Every day.
Yeah, right. This is a show right now.
Yeah, you were acting right now. Have you acted, Julie Davis?
In high school.
You haven't done a show here though.
No.
Why
I
not?
used to do it.
I don't know that I could
You'd be great.
commit the time.
Yeah.
What about that hot Cheeto thing that the Leslie Jones did?
Absolutely would not do the hot wing
Okay,
thing, but
all right.
I enjoyed it thoroughly as an audience
Did you?
member.
Was it funny?
It was.
John
Hot
Rivenberg will
chicken
never
or
do it
whatever
again.
it was. Yeah. Yeah.
He was in pain.
I
think he had a
saw
good time.
I saw him volunteering his name as they had like put your name in if you're interested in being part of the show. And I knew that they were going to have to eat something hot ahead of time. So I told my John, who would most likely also volunteer, do not volunteer. You do not want to do what you're going to have to do. So I saw him writing his name and I was like, oh no. Should I warn him as well?
Yeah.
But I didn't. Because I didn't want to take away from
Yeah.
the theater's fun.
I don't think I could do that thing.
No, but no, I've never acted on a big stage.
No,
Couple-
when I first moved to Kerrville, that's like how I got involved with the arts community. I did a lot of shows.
You did a lot of
It's
shows.
fun. It's a
Like-
big time commitment.
My BFA and my MFA is in theater.
Oh, really? Really? Interesting. I didn't know that. Things we learn every day.
Yeah.
By the way, a couple things we need to know about K-pop. You know about
Safe,
K-pop.
reliable.
Safe, reliable, and yours. They
I
have.
love K-pop.
They are safe, reliable, and yours for others.
And you know why I have that memorized?
Why?
This show.
This show.
There you go.
Safe, reliable,
I did not
and
have
yours.
it memorized till I heard it on here all
Yes.
the time.
Branding works.
That's right.
Kerrville Public Utility Board was honored for its work on mutual aids for Hurricane
Oh, nice.
Helene and Milton. They were in Georgia and Florida, and they helped restore power. And in Florida, they had to deal with a spectacular mess.
Rough year.
Yeah, so they were in Lakeland, Florida, and they had they've been there before when Hurricane Irma hit in 2017, and they faced challenging conditions, including high water levels, which complicated the restoration efforts. They were there for 3 weeks, providing mutual aid to the affected communities. Kerrville's housing market jumped 52% in December from 2023. But yours didn't sell yet.
No, and I'm surprised that it jumped.
Jumped. I don't think
As
it
in available houses or houses that sold?
was houses that sold. Yeah. The median
I
home
saw
price reached
everybody
$390,000, representing a modest 2.9% increase year
Nobody
over year.
wants my beautiful house. It's
Active listings climbed to 361%, though. That's up 48% since last year. So
okay. Yeah,
there's more
the
competition.
listings have- yeah.
There's
That's
a-
good though. That means people are looking again.
There's a wildfire prevention workshop on January 23rd at the Hill Country Youth Event Center. Dub Thomas will lead those sessions. He's
okay.
the emergency service coordinator. That's from 10 to 11:30 and 1:30 to 3 p.m. That's I think it's a Thursday next week, and they're going to talk about you'll learn about your wildfire risk assessments, ignition zones, defensible spaces, and procedures to develop a community wildfire protection plan or achieve a Firewise USA community status. So there you go. The UGRA will meet next Wednesday. That's the Upper Guadalupe River Authority. They're going to discuss feral hogs.
Favorite topic.
Oink, oink. They're bad for birds, right? Do they eat birds, those feral hogs?
Oh, yes. They eat eggs, too.
Oh,
They-
yeah.
They
and
eat
tear up the
anything.
habitat.
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
They tear up the habitat. They crap everywhere. It's
Yep.
disgusting.
Not on the sidewalks
They mess up the creeks.
Yeah.
yet.
Nancy, how long is your show here at Pint and Plow?
This one is up for the month, so it will be. Oh, I forget the date right now,
February-ish.
but yeah, for a month, and then it's up through the end of
Have
June.
you painted any feral hogs in your short time as an artist?
Have I ever painted one?
Yeah.
No. No.
But now she
I
has
have
an
not
idea
come
for the
up close
future.
and I have not met a friendly one yet. So
You should just,
Yeah.
you know what?
I
That should be.
don't
Yeah.
think So
You should do a series, feral hog horror.
hogs. Oh my God. Who
Wouldn't that be
would want
great?
that?
Just Lewis.
I don't know. It might be.
want one?
Yeah, I'd take one. I love art like that. That'd
I
be
think you
great.
should
Feral
stick to the
hogs.
jackrabbits.
I like jackrabbits. I like foxes too.
Oh, me too.
I know, I love your
But
fox
not the-
painting.
How about a feral hog and a jackrabbit battling each other out? That'd
Oh,
be
wow.
that'd be one to do.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Feral
yeah.
hogs are dangerous.
Yeah,
They are.
No,
Yeah.
they're
They
kind
are.
of out of the same. They're not in the same weight class.
No, not at all.
Not,
Not at
even
all.
close.
The other news and notes from the day. I don't think I have much other than that. Let me see. Other than the storm that's coming next week, possibly. There's a 20% chance, which means there's an 80% chance nothing will happen.
It'll definitely be cold.
Definitely be
It'll
cold.
be cold.
Jeff Harris is running for re-election
I saw that.
for the
That's
Kerrville City
good.
Council. That was yesterday. Place one council member Delane Siegerman, who was appointed to the city council in May. She will run for re-election too. She just has not submitted her final paperwork yet. And let me see if there's anything else here. That's it. That's all we got. That's all we got
Lots
for
of stuff
for
going
now.
on. Go to the
Exactly.
Bird City celebration today.
That's a
at
cool
5
event.
o'clock. And it's at Kerrville Hills Winery. Like,
It's going to be
beautiful.
So fun.
Yeah.
Lots of
Great.
stuff to see and
Great
do.
place.
Renaissance Festival tomorrow.
Which
They
one?
always get
Live
the
music.
worst weather, the Renaissance Festival, but
They do.
that is consistent with the Renaissance.
It doesn't
True.
stop
I feel like
people.
they usually
You do it
have
in the
one
winter.
good weekend. Though.
Yeah, you usually have one really terrible weekend and then one really great weekend.
Every time I've gone, I've been like, this is gorgeous.
But there's people out there probably who are like, yes, bring it. We want that awful
especially if you're
European
For, like,
dark
Middle
age
Ages.
weather.
Yeah, I feel like it
Real
kind of
feel.
goes with the event.
Also, if you're dressed in all that, like if you're
Garb.
one of those who gets all dressed up in
Yeah.
it, you don't want it 70 and hot and
Yeah.
sunny.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it's hot.
Unless you're like the what is it? The belly dancers that show up.
Yeah,
Then they-
different.
yeah,
That's
they-
true.
they-
Yeah, they usually have really great
Performers.
performers.
There's
and
Vikings that are there, so they should be happy.
I
With that
think
kind
we
of
have
event.
some tickets at our office still. if
You know, they
want
haven't come on.
tickets.
They haven't. Usually, we get somebody
Free
to come on
tickets.
the show.
Yeah,
We haven't had anybody come on yet. I'll have to talk with Phil Housel about that. So,
there you go.
Although I was just reading that I don't think there's a lot of evidence that the horns were actually a thing.
no,
Like the
no,
Oh,
the
yeah.
hat.
No.
I don't know if it was.
no,
That was.
no. That's just ridiculous.
They didn't do that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
no.
that's, there's probably a lot that wasn't done.
The Vikings are
know.
fascinating, but that's a whole other conversation that we could have another time too. If you really gonna do it.
I was ready to go there.
Yeah.
You only have 2 minutes. I don't know if you can get it
The
all done.
Vikings are pretty fascinating to talk about. Genetically, the people who are in the Norse regions now, Norway, Sweden, actually bear very little genetic relevance to those ancient Vikings.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they raped and pillaged, and so those people that came back were not. I mean, it's just there's some darkness to history that's pretty interesting to.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah, they're mostly Germanic, I guess, more than anything. So next week we'll have Monday will be a big day because it's the inauguration.
Yes. And
We're gonna keep an eye on all the things that Trump's gonna do on day one. He's apparently gonna issue tons of executive orders to expel people from the United States. I wonder if he'll come to the Bird City thing tonight. That'd be nice if he could come.
maybe if you bring that duck.
Yeah. And then
There's
we'll,
the Martin Luther King
Martin Luther King celebration
in San
on Monday,
Antonio
right.
and here locally
right.
at Doyle.
There's the big march on Monday, right? Don't
Yeah,
they have a
in
big
San
march
Antonio.
for that as well?
And they plan to move it to the Alamo Dome if there's weather issues.
Okay. It'll be cold, but
Yeah.
people can.
And what's happening at Doyle?
They have an event on Monday
Yeah.
also.
We had
See if I
Clifton on
can
the show
find it.
yesterday, and he talked about it a little bit. So yeah, it'll be.
Let me find the time really quick.
I
while y'all are
don't think I have it on my
11 to 1. They
11
have
to
a
1.
guest speaker followed by lunch at the Doyle.
Guess what? That's where I'm
Center.
going to be on Monday.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That'll be inside, so you'll
all
be
right.
warm.
Julie Davis, what did you learn today?
Oh my gosh. I learned that we were getting a motorcycle for KPD,
All right.
and I immediately thought of chips.
Did you? Good.
I did.
Good. Katy Kappel, what did you learn today?
Thanks for the hint.
Oh, I'm worried about the cops on the motorcycles.
Okay.
Yeah.
They get killed a lot more than cops in the cars.
Yeah, that's partially true. All right. Nancy Huffman, what did you learn today?
Oh, just about all the planning it takes to when you have all these emergencies and disasters and all that.
All right. Katharine Boyette, the great and powerful Katharine Boyette, what did you learn today?
I learned that the first person that sees a golden cheek warbler gets $100 in the blind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get my
And
binoculars
that's,
out.
that's the new blind being built over by Kerrville Shriner Park, right?
Yes,
I got to
we
be in
gotta
the
go
right
check
place.
it out.
I love it. Great job, everybody. Thanks for being here on a Friday. Have a great weekend. We'll be back on Monday morning. Leslie Jones will be here. Andrew Gay will be here. Well, the markets will be closed, so those guys probably won't show
Andrew
up.
probably won't be here.
Yeah. He should show up because he's always on the phone. But anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. See you on Monday.
It was fun. Oh, yeah.